Do you consider yourself a real man or an alpha man? If you do, then it may be time to reconsider what that actually means. There are actually a group of writers out there that are trying to push a beta male agenda in attempts to pacify what it means to be a real man or an alpha man. So today we're going to discuss an article that I came across, and I am also going to tell you exactly why that if you consider yourself a real man or an alpha man, that you need to resist. Let's get started. Welcome to the Sensational Gent. I am your host, Sean C., retired military veteran, fitness advisor, instructor, and mentor. And today we are going to discuss this article that I came across where it's basically a writer that is really pushing hard for beta males. But before we get started, if you haven't done it already, please hit the like button. Comment below, constructive comments, right? And subscribe. Hit the bell icon so that you can be notified whenever you get new videos. And this takes a lot of work, and I've learned that it does. So if you can see it in your heart, we also take contributions. The other thing that we do is if you have a story you want to tell, or you have something that you can contribute that I can go on air and it's story worthy, send us an email. I'll read the story and I'll break down what I think about that story. However, if you want a shout out, let me know. So anyway, that's a whole nother discussion. So anyway, support the channel. Thank you for everybody that already has supported the channel. Let's get started. So anyway, oh my God. So I was just looking, obviously I told you guys that after the alpha male series I made based on the movie Boomerang, I'd intended to try to make another video based on another movie, right? And I want to kind of do that. I want to use things that we've seen before in order to talk about things. But right now I'm in the middle of trying to move, working on that kind of stuff. So right now it's a little hard for me to kind of like do that type of level of detailing and that type of, editing and stuff. So I wanted to keep this simple, but I also wanted to make sure that I'm putting out good content. So I think this is really good. I think this is going to be informative. I think, I know this is a channel for men, for eye betterment and uplifting of men. But I think that if women hear this and hear the points that, maybe they can understand and sympathize with what I'm trying to say, and that we all get better. Again, this channel is about getting better and being our best self, right? Live your best life. So we're going to get there. We're building this baby steps, okay? Tonight's article that we're going to be talking about, the title of it is 6 Reasons Why Women Are More Attracted to the Beta Male Personality in Today's Day and Age. Now, this was written by the author. Her name is Sunaina Mullick. I probably butchered that name, but it's about as best I could do. This article was written about a year ago, actually, September of last year. So I came across this. Actually, I came across an article before that written by a dude. I actually want to go through that article. So I normally only plan to do 2 videos a week. But I might actually come out with a 3rd video this week because that article right there, that it was written by a guy, I kind of understand what he was trying to do, but he just shouldn't have wrote that. So anyway, and I don't believe she should have wrote this one either. So let's talk about this real quick. She says, one of the harshest truths life throws your way is the fact that you can't live as an alpha male all your life. Sometimes you're born an alpha. Sometimes you acquire the traits along the way. And sometimes you just don't have any alpha traits. And that's nothing to beat yourself over with. I'm going to tell you that I disagree with her and I agree with her. What I'm going to tell you is that she's right. Sometimes you're born an alpha. And that you can, and if you look at my first video, you can acquire alpha traits if you desire. That's why I put out that video, so that you can see what the traits are and you can work on those things. So those things can happen. So what she's saying is that you can't live that way all your life. So for the person that acquired the alpha traits over time, maybe they can't because they learn those traits. There's something that they have to practice. Doesn't mean that's who they are. But there are people that are born alphas. Now, one of the misconceptions are that you have to be born an alpha. That is not true. You can learn alpha traits. But if you're born an alpha, that's not something you can turn on. So she's wrong to say you can't live that way all your life, because there are some people that they're just plain alphas, right? That's just the way they are. So she's wrong about that. We may have normalized the image of an alpha male as desirable and important, but truth be told, alpha males are what's wrong with the world today. So already she's coming from a mindset that alphas are what the problem is. Go back to my video, and if you actually look in the description, I tell you the misconceptions about what alphas are, right? You have an alpha lion, right, in the pack. Nobody tells Mufasa not to have a big flowy mane and be the biggest lion, right? No one can tell him that. He is what he is. If you're an alpha, you're just an alpha, especially if you're born an alpha, right? So she is misdiagnosing being a alpha male, which is a dominant, strong man, right? With somebody maybe that has type A personality or a narcissist or something like that. That's a misconception. Alphas are not narcissists. So this is already starting off really bad, y'all. The new category of men who have taken over societal norms in its various designs are the new breed, are beta men. Trust us, they are here to stay. Honestly, they've never been anywhere. There's always been beta men. It's a brand new generation making up brand new rules. This generation that's making up the rules aren't the men, aren't these beta men. They're not making the rules, all right? So, all right, here we go. Sorry about that. All right. Men are emerging as a more tolerant gender. These men are emerging as a more tolerant gender, radicalizing their emotions and sensitivities to fine-tune them with the opposite gender. No, we're not talking about gym boys who can bench press twice their body weight to impress women. Instead, we're talking about men who have more holistic approach toward life. And while they may lack the sensibilities to confront situations outright, the new age men are more careful in the way they carry themselves. They think twice before taking any impulsive decisions in order to make the right ones. Listen, men, women are attracted to strong men, okay? If you're one of these guys, women say they want guys more in tune with their feelings, right? And in theory they do, but most of the time remember this, women want men to be men. Women want men who are men, okay? So just because you're a real man and just because you're an alpha doesn't mean that you're not in tune with your feelings. And as far as being in a gym, gentlemen, you should want to take care of your bodies, okay? That's what the Sensational Gen is about. Remember, we're about talking about this relationships and dating. We're also about health and fitness, and we're also about travel, right? This is all in attempts to make you a better and more well-rounded man. And as far as not the beta men being not impulsive, whatever, like men could be alphas, betas, omegas, and still be impulsive, right? While the bad boy image may work for some men, women actually love to settle in with someone who is more upfront with his feelings, reliable and emotionally present. And that is something the alpha male can't really connect with. That is not true. That is a false. Gentlemen, that is false, okay? If you're a beta male and you're watching this, you are handpicked. You know why? Right? You weren't handpicked, right? There is an agenda to pit men and women against each other. And if you guys can't see that, I can't make that more real. There is nothing wrong with being a strong man. There's nothing wrong with being a strong man. A strong man can be a good man. That can also be an alpha man, right? Don't get it twisted. Here's why the beta male is the best personality to be right about now. This is what she's about to say. I'm probably gonna get my emotions, so stand by to stand by. Beta males are in tune with their emotions. Don't get us wrong. Alpha males have emotions too, but they don't show them as valiantly as they should. Showing a certain emotion is not a mark of weakness. Instead, it shows that you're human and normalcy prevails in your cognition. While the alpha may not understand this, the beta understands this fairly well, and it works well when they're with women who seek an emotional connect with men. Instead of emotional unavailability from a stark alpha male, which mostly he's conditioned to from the beginning. Listen, women are attracted to men that have strong emotional intelligence, but women are more attracted to guys that are stoic, meaning that no matter what happens, left or right, stoic means that you're in control of yourself and your emotions. And sometimes that may come off as not being emotionally available or whatever. It just means that as a rational man, that is a real man, that is an alpha, it means that I am not showing my emotion in the moment because I am rationally trying to compute what needs to happen in this moment. So the fact to say that beta males are better in tune with their emotions is not true. Yes, they may give off those emotions in a moment more than a real man or an alpha man may, gentlemen, but that doesn't mean that is the right thing to do in that moment. Beta males are reliable and trustworthy, okay? It's an inherent quality. If you're one, you will realize you're always someone people, mostly your women friends, rely on. And they may not realize this now, but this is exactly the quality a woman seeks in a life partner. While we are not discarding alpha traits of reasonable reliability and trust, but they will not try hard and mostly succumb to emotional pressure and disappear, as they will feel trapped. A beta male, though, will stay till the end and can be relied upon with life even. This is not true. You're listening, you're a woman, right? You know that, yes, you may say you want this, right? But no woman wants a weak man. See, you may go for this in the moment. Maybe you've been with too many dudes, right? And you've probably been with the wrong type of dudes, because you could be with the bad boy, and that doesn't mean he's an alpha, right? You can be with these bad dudes, right? And that doesn't mean that you could be with a beta, and that doesn't mean he's gonna be reliable or trustworthy. That all depends on the value system that you grew up with. I don't know the hell she's talking about. Beta males are not competitive or feel threatened. Beta boys are rather secure. You see, she called, if you're a beta man and you're watching this, you know you're not an alpha, she called you a boy. Right there, that's disrespectful. Because guess what? Beta men can be boys, but alpha men, if you're a true alpha, you're not a boy, you're a man, right? People are conflating what a real alpha is. Watch my first video. I put a little asterisk up there so you can watch the video. Let me tell you something. You know, it's saying that like there's a problem with being a man and wanting to be competitive. That's like saying, if this woman is saying, yo, there was a problem with Michael Jordan being competitive, or Kobe Bryant being competitive, or LeBron James being competitive, or Drew Brees being competitive, or Tom Brady being competitive. There's nothing wrong with that. That is a man that is driven and wants to win, right? And so it's not about being threatened, right? It's about winning. It's about being the best they can be. We consider them the top men in their field because they compete at the highest levels. They do things that normal men can't do because they put in the work, okay? So look, a real man puts in work. And whether it be on the field of battle or at the job or with their family, real men put in work. So it's not about being threatened. It's about handling your business. Beta males are quiet yet confident. Don't think beta men are boring. They may be introverts, but they're interesting to the core. And once they dabble in a conversation, they're quite confident in how they carry it forward. They don't hide their insecurities behind a garb of arrogance like the alpha male do, and they're quite comfortable in their skin. In fact, they don't even need lessons on approaching women. Women approach them naturally because they attract them with their confident demeanor. This is not true, fellas, okay? Beta males are beta males for a reason. Most beta males don't have the confidence to approach women. And if a woman does approach a beta male, most likely she's approaching him because she's starting to hit the wall. She's been with bad dudes, not necessarily alpha men, just the bad boys, right? Who have maybe type A personality, not alpha personality, right? And so now if your clock is ticking, you're starting to hit the wall, yes, the beta man looks appealing, right? But at the end of the day, unless you're old school, and not all women, some women will go with a beta male and will appreciate that. Again, this is not absolutes. But I'm telling you, if you're talking about the dating scene now, no woman wants a weak man. Remember that, gentlemen, right? Confidence? Please. You're gonna tell me beta men have confidence? They're gonna come up to you? It's not what happens. And the few that do, when they get shot down, you can see they didn't really have confidence. They kind of built it up in that moment, and then they lost it. True alphas got confidence for days, right? So, whatever. Males are respectful. While the us also movement played out, the men who changed their perspective on how to treat the opposite gender truly understood what women actually require from them, and it was mostly respect, understanding, and equality. A beta male understood it better because he is more polite and respectful towards others. While some alpha males dominated opinions on how useless the movement was, the beta went out of their way and stood by the women fighting this battle. And they're always more respectful and will never disrespect one, no matter what. Listen, some of the other channels that talk about these type of issues, even some of the ones that are a little bit more considered extreme, all believe that inequality and the fact that if a woman does the job that a man does, that they should be paid exactly the same. Okay? So nobody's arguing that thing. No, none of those dudes want their mothers or their sisters disrespected. But let me tell you something. An alpha can be polite, right? There are polite alpha men. There are real men that are polite. And sometimes you have alpha men that be polite or that are being polite, and you get a woman who's like, you're being too nice at the moment. What? Are you serious? I'm being a gentleman. There's a difference. And you've been treated and the women been treated so bad all their life, fellas, that they don't know how to deal with that. Last thing, they're always more respectful. Women will never disrespect one, no matter what. Respect is earned, not given. So just because some of the women out there have attitudes, some of the women think I could talk to a man any type of way and be disrespectful to a man. Let me tell you something. If you're a woman that's listening and you're being disrespectful to a man, a real man, right? You need to check yourself, right? That's the part of the problem right there, right? You're bringing that man down. You're being demeaning to that man. And I know some men are disrespectful to women, and I don't believe that should happen. But again, respect is given when it is earned, okay? So gentlemen, remember that. So if a woman is being disrespectful, just because she's a woman doesn't mean you just have to give her respect. That's not true. Beta males make the best fathers. This is goddamn insulting, actually. Beta males are the best role models for children growing up. They make excellent fathers and husbands even. They're everything a woman looks for in a husband. A beta male will teach his son how to respect women and stand up for them. He will teach him to resolve issues with rationality while using the right perspective. He will teach him to be naturally confident and never arrogant, and teach him to be open with his emotions so he can communicate better and have good understanding of the world around him. First point. Yes, beta males can also make excellent fathers and husbands, but so can alpha men, so can good men, real men. They're everything a woman looks for in a husband. Beta men are everything a woman says she looks for in a husband. But again, a woman that can control her husband will only be satisfied for so long, right? No woman wants a weak man. She may stick with that dude for a long time. In old school relationships, they may still last and get through that. But in this new wave stuff, no woman wants a man she can control. And gentlemen, women will test you to see if they can push your buttons and their limits. And if you allow them to do that, they will run over you, right? They will take advantage of it. So you have to be stronger than that. A woman wants a strong man. A real woman wants a man, not these little boys running around. I think women are conflating what it means to be an alpha with the bad boys out there based on the article itself. You know, you could already tell her biases because she's obviously been through some bad relationships. So in case you're lamenting over the fact that women aren't not swooning over you just because you don't have the arrogant gift of gab or a muscular body to match, just wait out a few years. Beta males are certainly a worldly future and they're here to stay. She's saying that if you are a beta man, just wait. They're gonna come for you eventually because you don't have to have a muscular body or the gift of gab. They're gonna come for you. Well, she's not lying about that. You let men use you up and you keep going with it, and women that keep going with the wrong type of man, eventually they're like, I'm tired of this now. Now that my clock is ticking, now that I'm hitting the wall, right? Now that my beauty won't get me everything, they will settle for you. If you're a beta man, you will get settled for. If you stay a beta man, if you're still a weak man, that woman isn't gonna respect you. She's still gonna think that alpha man or that real man is hot, right? She's gonna think that. She's always gonna look for her options. So don't fall for the okie doke, gentlemen, right? This article here is really disrespectful to a whole bunch of guys out there that are strong, good men. So there's a whole bunch of articles out there saying that there are no good men left. That's trying to tell you that it's okay to be a beta man. That just because you're a man and you're a strong man, that you're being hyper masculine. I'm saying, like, there are things in nature that we follow. It's that way since the beginning of time. For a reason. That's why women are attracted to strong men. That's why women want the 666 guy and not the devil. Well, actually, women want the 666 guy. That's usually the bad boys, right? But 6 feet tall, 6-pack, 6 figures, okay? They want to know that the guy is tall. They want to know the guy is in shape or looks really good. He's hot, right? And they want to know that he could take care of her or give her the things that she wants and needs. So if you're going to be, you could be a beta male and give a woman all the money she wants. But what's going to ignite her fire, her passion, is that dude that make her tingle in the inside. And I'm going to tell you right now, gentlemen, it's not the beta male. So anyway, if you liked the video today, please like the video, comment below, and please keep it respectful, okay? Let's talk about it, right? And subscribe to the channel by hitting the subscribe button and hit the bell notification so you'll be informed when the next videos come out. Also, follow us on Instagram. This is about uplifting men, gentlemen. This is about us being stronger and being better, right? So that we could be the type of men that our women need us to be and the world needs us to be. And until next time, live your best life.